We begin with our linen lace making thread knotted, and we bring it up through from the back to the front. I usually start at bottom center, and then I'll begin running the needle under each tack stitch for the entire perimeter. As you run the thread under each tack stitch, make sure that you keep your tension snug. You want these lines of thread to be straight. You don't want any slack to be present in any of these stitches. If there is slack present in these stitches, when you're making the interior portions of the lace, you may pull the exterior edges out of alignment. So the more snug and firm these exterior stitches are, the better. So these lines that we're running are the firm foundation framework of the actual lace. So these become the girding, the structure, the frame of all the stitches that we're going to put on it. Now, a single strand isn't going to be enough to really support the lace properly, and it's typical that you have at least 2, if not 3, and even sometimes 4 strands of foundation thread in different portions of the lace. So for this, we're just going to use 2 because it's likely that we're going to run some of our thread ends into the perimeter as we're working. Like when we change threads, if we run out and have to start a fresh one. And you'll see that a little bit later in this video. So I'm running around the perimeter. It's my second pass now, and I'm almost complete. And when I reach the bottom center again, then I'm going to move to working the interior threads. With the perimeter complete, we're going to begin working our way through the center framework stitches. Now this will go pretty quickly. You work your way all the way up the center, and as you reach the top, you're going to go underneath the tack stitch as well as underneath the perimeter framework thread. And this just makes sure that your current foundation that you're running is properly locked around and interlinked with the exterior. You can see it's happening very quickly, but you can see the needle pass under the perimeter and under the tack stitch. And if you just keep this habit up, you'll make sure that everything is nice and secure and you have a solid framework. Once we come back to center, then we'll start working the diagonals. But you'll notice that each spine has 2 strands in it. When you reach the corner, go under the perimeter thread and through the tack stitch and then back down. Now, coming up here, you're going to see me change threads, and this is something that a lot of beginning lace makers have trouble with. So when I reach the center, I still have 1 diagonal left to create, so I'm just going to plunge the needle down through the card in one of the holes for the center tack stitch and just pull the thread out the back. When the lace is done, all of these ends will get clipped off. I have a fresh thread with a knot. I'm pulling it back up right where I left off. Sometimes I like to have a little bit of overlap, but I'll finish up this diagonal and then we'll move on to the next video where we'll actually start working the lace. But you can see I'm trying not to turn the card too much as I work. I'm trying to make the most out of the position that I'm in so that I can work very quickly. And we're almost done. Just have a couple more stitches here. And as I reach the center, we're ready to move on to starting the lace. Thanks so much for watching.